This is the story of our Chulele Mezcal, handcrafted in Oaxaca during the Day of the Dead festival. It is harvest day and the early morning air is cool with a fog crowning the majestic fields of agave. A typical October morning here in Santiago Matatlán. Maestro Mezcalero Tomás Mendéz and his men are arriving in this field owned by Benito Ruiz and his son Francisco. Our Maestro Mezcalero has picked these espadín agaves because they are mature and ready to be handcrafted into this batch of Chulele, Día de los Muertos Mezcal.
De que tenemos uso de razón, ya tenemos de nuestros abuelos, nuestros padres, ellos han estado trabajando, ya tenemos como 2, 3 generaciones trabajando en el mezcal. Nosotros crecimos aquí en ese trabajo, en el maguey, en el mezcal, en el campo.
Each mature piña weighs approximately 130 pounds. To make enough mezcal for this limited edition batch of Día de los Muertos, an entire day is spent harvesting 150 plants.
Pues digo, nomás entras en Matatlán, nomás entras aquí en la orilla, si vienes de aquí de la carretera o vienes en la tercería o entras en cualquier parte, cualquier lado, cuando entras en Matatlán lo primero que ves son los humos de que la gente está trabajando, que la gente está tapando madera.
Back at the palenque, it's time to prepare the oven to cook the agave. A wood fire is started at the bottom of the pit. The burning wood is what gives mezcal its characteristic smokiness. As the fire smolders, the men begin filling the oven with small volcanic rocks. These rocks will absorb and hold the heat required for the cooking process. Once Maestro Mezcalero Tomás Mendéz has determined the temperature of the volcanic rocks is at the optimal heat, the workers cover them with a layer of moist agave fibers from a previous distillation. The fiber protects the cut piñas from coming into direct contact with the hot rock. The agave is quartered and stacked into a ring around the oven. Once all of the agave has been loaded in, the men seal the oven with a layer of soil, a tarp, and logs to hold everything securely in place. The purpose of covering the oven in this fashion is to prevent the heat and steam from escaping. For the next 4 days, the agaves slowly cooked. This traditional cooking process converts their starch into the simple sugars needed to fuel the fermentation step that follows. At a farm nearby, farmer Lucio Lopez is growing an important component of the Día de los Muertos celebrations. Colorful, fragrant, and symbolic flowers. Lucio grows 2 varieties of traditional flowers, marigolds and coxcomb, also known as flor de muerto. Marigolds used for the festival are orange, yellow, and gold. It is believed that their color and fragrance help lead the dead back to their homes and altars. The bright red flower in Lucio's field is cresta de gallo, or crested coxcomb. The flower earned its name from its unusually shaped petals that resemble a rooster's comb. Coxcomb last a long time, staying very fresh after they are cut, which make them an ideal choice for decorating the temporary altars. Also known as ofrendas, specially built for the festival. This deep red variety of coxcomb is said to symbolize the blood of Christ, which signifies the resurrection from the dead. After 4 days roasting in the oven, the maguey are fully cooked and ready for the next step in their journey to becoming mezcal. The men begin scraping away the earth and peeling back the tarp from the oven. The cooking process has converted the natural starch into carbohydrates, also known as simple sugars, making it incredibly sweet like candy. Israel, one of our mezcaleros, takes a moment to enjoy this special treat. The cooked agave is moved to a shaded area of the palenque. This is where the roasted maguey is crushed into a paste using the tahona, a milling wheel made of solid stone.
Pues el Día de Muertos representa para mí, como aparte que es una costumbre, pues cuando también casi todos los pueblos vienen aquí a Matatlán a comprar su mezcal, donde en los panteones siempre no falta una botellita de mezcal.
To prepare the agave for the crushing, it is chopped into smaller pieces using a machete sharpened on the tahona. The near 1-ton stone is far too heavy for Israel to pull, so this is a job for Isabel the horse. The crushed agave paste is now ready to be wheelbarrowed and loaded into the pine vats. This is where it will undergo a wet fermentation over several days. This converts the simple sugars into alcohol using yeasts that are naturally present in the environment. The natural yeast finds its way into the vats and starts the magical conversion from mash to mezcal. This organic process makes every mezcal unique and a true product of its environment. The Dia de los Muertos celebration dates back 3,000 years. It was an indigenous festival first observed by the Aztec and Nahuatl peoples. With the arrival of the Spanish, the festival was later moved to correspond with the Catholic calendar that celebrates All Souls Day and All Saints Day. Dia de los Muertos is a 2-day celebration that occurs every year on November 1st and 2nd. The first day is called Dia de los Angelitos, or Day of the Little Angels. It is dedicated to the children who have passed away. This is the day when families create an ofrenda for their departed child. This altar is often decorated with the child's favorite candies and toys. The second day is called Dia de los Difuntos, which translates directly to Day of the Deceased. It is dedicated to remembering the adults who have passed away.
El Día de Muertos representa algo muy espiritual, un encuentro nuevamente con nuestros antepasados, específicamente con nuestros familiares que ya se han adelantado. Pues para mí significa algo muy importante porque es donde damos a conocer a las personas que nos rodean, ese misticismo entre la fe y las tradiciones, unas tradiciones quizás prehispánicas, mezclado con pues, la fe que uno tiene en la parte católica también. Entonces lo veo como esa mezcla de ambas cosas.
Para mí el Día de Muertos realmente es más que una tradición, es un suceso, es todo un evento cultural que yo creo que personalmente me envuelve todo como la esencia. Que refleja mucho el alma de los oaxaqueños, la parte tan típica, tan tradicional que nosotros llevamos en la sangre. Para mí es toda una festividad que de verdad es inexplicable en pocas palabras.
Eight days have passed since we last checked in. The fermentation is complete and it's time for the first distillation. The fermentation of this batch of Chulele Mezcal took a little longer than usual. Heat is a critical element for the fermentation process. The weather over the last week has been cooler than normal. With overcast skies and rain during the night, the temperatures have dropped as low as 48 Fahrenheit.
Para el mezcal se necesita la delicadeza, el trabajo, el amor y pues darle amor a tu trabajo, porque si en verdad haces el mezcal con cierta pasión, pues el mezcal te resulta un poquito más, o sea, digamos que si lo haces con cierta pasión, pues es mucho mejor la calidad que te distingue.
With the mash and the liquid now in the copper still, it is assembled using barro. This is a wet clay used in the joints to seal the sections together, stopping the mezcal vapor from escaping. Mezcal may be distilled 1, 2, or 3 times, but double distillation is the most common practice for mezcals made in Oaxaca. This first distillation will create an impure liquid called ordinario. The liquid does not become mezcal until it goes through a second distillation. The second distillation is necessary to increase the alcohol percentage. The ordinario from the first distillation only had an alcohol content of approximately 20%. As the distillate drips out of the still, the Mezcalero is able to test the alcohol content using one of the most amazing skills developed from years of experience. Using a pipe made of carrizo, a type of bamboo, the Mezcalero sucks in a sample of mezcal, then lets it pour into a small cup. The length of time the bubbles remain on top of the agitated distillate tells him the alcohol level. A very traditional method that is surprisingly accurate. After the second distillation is complete, the final alcohol volume is 51%. The higher level of alcohol contributes to this mezcal's intense and complex flavor. Bottling your limited edition of Chulele Dia de los Muertos Mezcal is about capturing a moment in time. As the mezcal streams into the bottle, so does the sun, rain, and the soil that gave them gay life and nourishment. The complex notes and aromas are the result of the environment in Oaxaca during the Day of the Dead festival. The pollen, natural yeast, and energy present in the air during fermentation have interacted with the mash in our open-air vats to create this unique mezcal. Every random happenstance existing during Dia de los Muertos is now locked inside your hand-labeled bottle of Chulele Mezcal. With only 1,250 bottles produced, we hope you are one of the few that gets a taste.